right, it's time for a bit of music. It's never too early for some music.
Yeah,
right, swapping his
Friday.
scrubs for the decks in order to, well, keep the lives and spirits of doctors up. Dr. Bodalia has been spinning the tunes since the pandemic began.
Well, he's also known as DJ Bodalia. It's the 26-year-old who's gained a massive online following. He's even received a special thank you from the Health Secretary for his services. He joins us now. Good morning to you. I mean, a big well done for all you're doing, because I know that it's making a big difference. How did this first come about, then, that you started... You know, I know you were DJing anyway, weren't you? You've mixed the two. You're doing it in your scrubs and you're doing it to lift people's spirits.
That's right. Thank you for having me this morning. Good morning. So I've actually been into music all of my life, throughout medical school, even before that, playing instruments when I was a child. But when the pandemic began, I wanted to do something to make all those people close to me, my friends, my families and my colleagues, everyone who was suffering on the front line, have something to look forward to every single day. And for me, music has been my biggest release. It's the thing I go to when I'm happy, but also when I'm sad as well. So I just thought I would do a DJ set in my scrubs, call it NH Sessions, and see what happens. And the response has been absolutely incredible. My dream was for it to maybe reach 100 people or so. A few hundreds would be nice. But the fact that now we've reached millions around the world, it's just absolutely overwhelming.
I mean, how do you find the energy, you know, after you finished a shift on the front line? You've probably never worked harder in your life, and then you get home and then you go on the decks and you play for a number of hours. I mean, where'd you find it?
It's a really hard thing to explain, to be honest. When I first started doing this at the very start of the pandemic, it was more about giving myself this release, you know. It was something to focus on and something to look forward to after work, you know, just hearing good music and making a few people feel good. But as time has gone on, just receiving hundreds and hundreds of messages all the time from people saying it's the music that's getting them through these dark times is the thing that's driving me and motivating me to keep finding new music, DJing, collaborating and just sharing amazing music with the world. So it's from the amazing response and also the release that I get.
So, listen, you've had a well done from the Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, haven't you? He described it as a brilliant initiative. Let's take a look at what he says.
Hi, it's Matt Hancock here, and I want to say a massive thank you to NH Sessions, a brilliant initiative set up by frontline NHS doctor DJ Bodalia. My NH Sessions track of the day is Non-Stop from Hamilton.
Guarantees free ammunition for your enemies. Why do you ride like it's going out of style? Ride day and night like it's going out of style. Every day you fight like it's going out of style. Do what you do.
We all need a bit of that in our lives, I think, don't we? Sounding good.
That felt good. I mean, this has obviously been a massive success for you. Have you ever thought about quitting medicine and sticking with the DJing?
Well, the truth is, I think music and medicine are the two most important things to me, music and health. I think they go so well hand in hand. And in whatever capacity that I work in medicine in the future going forward, because obviously I can't believe how many people are seeing NH Sessions and the music that I've been producing and releasing and things like that. So if I was to do less medicine in the future, perhaps, then medicine would still be part of my life. Health would still be a really significant part of my life. Whether I work as a doctor 2 days a week, 1 day a month, it's always going to be there.
And talk to us about what it's like on the front line at the moment, because I know that you've been working in an intensive care unit, haven't you? How full-on has it been? You know, we're seeing stories up and down the country of just how overstretched and challenging things are at the moment.
That's right. So, I mean, in my experience, I was redeployed about a month ago from my general job that I was working on the wards, but more recently, I was redeployed to the intensive care team, where my primary responsibility was to look after patients in the high dependency unit. And just a few days ago, I finished a set of night shifts there. It was, the workload is very high. We're still very stretched. We have a number of patients in the intensive care unit and the high dependency unit outside of the normal spaces. So we're having to expand the capacity. In terms of what we're seeing, it makes me really, really sad. It's heartbreaking. One night, I had a man who was talking to me. He was alive, and I thought, you know what? I want you to get through this. I think you might get through this. But the following night, he passed away, and this was something that was happening every single night during my night shifts. And it was just incredibly heartbreaking. And for me, it was so distressing that at times I had to leave the ward after I'd seen the patient and just have a few minutes to myself. For my colleagues as well, it's very very difficult. The workload is relentless, just so physically and emotionally demanding. But having said that, over the last few days, it appears that the numbers of admissions coming in have been improving. So I'm happy to see that things are going in the right direction right now.
Yeah,
well, look, you've shown incredible strength, you know, to work on the front line and then also bring so much joy to people after, you know, your shifts have finished.
Yeah.
I know one person that would love a bit of joy this morning, and I know you know Dr. Amir Khan, who is our doctor here on this show. He's celebrating a big birthday, and I can see, DJ Bodalia, that you've actually got your decks all set up. So I'm thinking, why can't you maybe do something for Dr. Amir this morning? I think he deserves it.
Of course, I mean, I think this is a perfect example of a social media friendship. We've never met in real life, and I'm a huge fan of Dr. Amir's Friday night karaoke. So this is my gift to you, your Friday night karaoke.
Oh, wow.
It's My Birthday by will.i.am. Are you ready? Let's go.
It's my birthday, I must spend my money. It's my birthday, I must spend my money. It's my birthday, I'm living my fantasy. It's my birthday, I'm living my fantasy. I'ma turn up, we can burn up, set this place on fire. Ooh, it's hot, damn, it's hot, ooh, baby. I won't stop, we won't stop.
Oh, we love that.
Thank
you so much. Took us to a different place, didn't it? And what a lovely way to wish Dr. Amir Khan a happy birthday. Thank you so much for joining us. That's Dr. Bodalia there. And we really appreciate everything you're doing on the front line and to keep everybody's spirits up. A huge thank you.
For a moment there, I was in the club with a bottle of goose and a bit of cranberry.
We're getting an insight into your nights out, or the nights out of the future that you're dreaming of.
Because any night out would be good right now. Right.